Hi guys, I am finally back from my long spree of not doing anything whatsoever. Well, the thing is, I got very bored of making videos, honestly. I had no motivation. I talked more about this in my previous talk video, but I recently did have the motivation to do this again because I remembered that I had a lot of fun doing this. I don't know why I ever forgot that. Reading this game, playing games, just to put them out there is a lot of fun. But I would have done this recently, like in the last week or so, but I have been deathly ill the last couple weeks. Plus, I've also been playing Titanfall nonstop for the last 3 months or so, because that game's freaking amazing. But that's besides the point. Let's continue on where we are. I just want to say I'm sorry for not putting this on. I know a lot of people have been asking for this, but now they can stop asking me about it because I'm back, and I'm hopefully going to be back for a while. So, without further ado, teacher! Misha crashes in, hands straight in an enthusiastic greeting, her voice loud and lively enough to wake the dead from their graves. She starts towards the teacher's desk with her bouncing step, hands energetically swinging with the rhythm. Mutao, visibly dismayed at the interruption and Misha in general, slumps in his chair. Mikado. Misha stops in her tracks and looks around cluelessly, as if she's sensing from his tone that something's wrong, but has no idea what. Ugh. Yes? We have talked about volume control before. Yes? Oh my god. But she doesn't lower her voice at all, and the teacher just rubs his eyes. So, what is it? We need help. You're running out of supplies for the festival stands. This is a distress. You're a distress. She waves a pink slip of paper she's holding around. Oh, okay. I thought she was like she's holding it around. She waves it around. So, go get more supplies from the art room. What's the problem with that? Plywood. Plywood is the problem. Last time he wanted more, there was only a little. But that time we just took it all and went with that. Now there's like none left there. So do you know where there is some? I don't understand. How would I know? Shi-chan, I mean, the president thought that a teacher would know if there was a plywood. Was she wrong? Mutao looks like he's in great pain, frowning with the entire essence. And Misha doesn't get it at all. Looking at the two of them communicate is terrible. It's like looking at a man being tortured by drilling his skull open while blasting pop music at full volume at the same time. Oh, Mutao, I'm so sorry for you. I'm afraid I have no idea if there's any plywood in the school, let alone where it would be if there was any. Aren't there any other teachers? Like, why does everyone go to him? He's like, everyone thinks he's like the main teacher, while this is a school of hundreds of students. I don't know why there wouldn't be more teachers you can go and talk to. Aw, what should I do? Perhaps try to find Mr. Nomiya? I'm quite sure he would know where to find everything you need. You'd have to pry them from his cold, dead hands, but that's a different matter. I don't have time. We're so busy. She holds her head with both of her hands, looking as despairing as it's possible for a person like her. Without even noticing, she crumples the note she's holding against her hair. I shouldn't even be fetching these things. There's so much to do and we're falling behind the schedule. Mutao looks at her gravely and then suddenly smiles. Smiling doesn't really fit his face. I think it'd be better if he didn't. I wonder if you could get some temporary help. He switches to staring at me focusedly, with a hard expression, as if trying to say, go make some friends. I'd rather not, really. Yeah, I guess I can give you a hand. Stupid Hisao. You can? Thanks, Hachan. You're really nice. She pauses, does a double take, and then points at me with her finger, yelping, "Ah!" and looking very puzzled. What? Come to think of it, what's Hachan doing here? Class is over. You should be having fun. We just had a little chat. Oh no, it's not detention, is it? Are you in trouble, Hachan? No, I'm not. Is Hachan in trouble, teacher? Just told you I'm not. No, he's not. Mutao sighs deeply, and I feel that I have to help Misha to get her off the teacher's back. So, what do you need? Here's a list. I can try to find the plywood from somewhere if there's none in the art room. She offers me the note she's holding. I take it, hesitating a bit. I said I'd help you, but this has no implications on whether I'm joining the council or not. Ah, yeah. Blech. Still, thanks, Ichan. Try to be quick. We're on a stall building streak now. We must hurry, hurry, hurry. And she's gone, thank the Lord. She bounces out of the classroom, leaving me and the teacher looking at each other with something that feels like silent agreement. Yep. You and me, buddy. You and me. Well, there you have it, Nakai. You have something to do now. Please don't sound so smug. Looking at the list with a number of items ranging from paint to plywood, all written with small, neat handwriting that is undoubtedly Shizune's, I heave a sigh. I'll be going then. Waving the long list limply at the teacher, I exit the hallway. The classroom closest to ours are designated belonging to classes... Oh no. Up, there we go. The classrooms closest to ours are designated belonging to classes 3-1 and 3-2 on the right side and 3-4 on the left side, each door looking exactly the same. Further down the corridor, still with identical doors, are rooms that I didn't think were used for classes. I guess the art room is not a classroom as such. I carefully push open the furthest door and peek in. It's a classroom, but it seems rather badly kept or not in use. Am I in the right place? Desks and chairs are all around the room. A thin layer of dust settled on them. There are some easels in the corner, so at least this looks like this is the right place. The room is flushed in sunlight from the big windows, shadows creeping all over the desks. Specks of dust are dancing in the stagnant air, making the beams of light almost visible. Jokingly, I call into the empty room. Anybody... Something catches my eye and I stop mid-sentence. Oh, that is my favorite song in the entire game. I love this song so much. This is actually the name of my channel. I named my channel after this song. That just shows how much I love it. Alright then, moving on. Sitting on a desk is a short-haired girl curiously wearing a boy's uniform with a fork between her toes, a morsel of food stuck firmly on the end. This odd way of dining seems to be caused by her apparent lack of hands, but her presence here is what takes me aback even more. How did I miss her before? She's sitting in a corner, very still, but I somehow took her as part of the furnishing or a statue at first glance. You're a dick, Hisao. I'm not being too observant today as a whole. The girl seems to be frozen in place, staring at me with her huge eyes like a rabbit in headlights. She's staring at me, her mouth wide open, ready to accept the fork. I'm not stopping you from eating, Rins. Go ahead. I'm staring at her, my mouth wide open, suddenly remembering I didn't finish my sentence, and trying to think if I should. The weird stalemate keeps us both stunned into silence, punctuated only by the wall clock ticking rhythmically. Hello. The girl stuffs the forkful in her mouth and is now staring at me expectantly while chewing. This is a bit awkward. Hello. I was told to pick up some supplies from here, for the festival stalls, I think. I didn't think there would be someone here. There isn't. That's why I came here too. I don't know. I have no idea what kind of voice I should give for it. Screw it. Winging it. She picks up another forkful. Does that mean you're here then? She raises her eyebrows as if she was suspecting my observation was false. You're pretty observant. I guess it does. But who are you? This girl is pretty straightforward, isn't she? I'm Nakai. Sao Nakai. I just transferred in on Monday. I'm Rin. Tezuka Rin. Rin Tezuka. I don't care if this voice sounds horrible. We're not going to be dealing with Rin for a long time, so just go with it. I won't shake hands with you, but at least we know who we are now. Oh, God. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Can't do it. That's very nice. What? Wait. What? Can't go back. It's not letting me go back. Whatever. Her deadpan manner of talking makes it hard to determine whether she's joking about shaking hands or not. It kind of bothers me. Joking about these matters doesn't feel appropriate at all. It's not your business. It's how they can do what they want. While I'm trying to figure what's appropriate and whether this girl is, she seems to have lost interest in me, and is now gazing yearningly back at your food. Once again, it didn't stop you from eating, Rin. Just go. Can I continue my lunch? If you don't mind me, I won't mind you. If you need to get your stuff, the supplies are at the back. Go right ahead, but lunch? School's over for the day. What word would you use then? There's no word for a meal after you eat lunch, but before dinner, right? Dinner? Brunch? A snack? It bothers me very much too, but I don't really know what I should say. I don't think you're supposed to eat a meal between lunch and dinner to begin with. That's also true. But I'm hungry now, and my delicious boxed lunch will go to waste otherwise. I have curry. It's very delicious. With much decisiveness, Rin once again opens... I've had curry before, by the way, and it is not delicious. Either that, or the way that we made it was wrong. And I can blame that on my brother, because he's not a very good cook, and he bought the cheap stuff. Either way, it was gross. Moving on. With much decisiveness, Rin once again picks up the fork between her toes, and with at least as much impoliteness, she points it straight at me. So, Nakai, what brings you to this place? Like I said, I was told to look for these things. No, the school. From outside you look fine. Is your problem inside? Oh no. I come to a full stop, opening my mouth, but not a word getting out. I can guess. I'm good at guessing. Better than most people. I highly doubt that, Rin. Rin cuts me off before I can answer her question or skirt around it somehow. I don't know which I would have done. I froze in front of the issue again. I haven't even told anyone here about my condition, or maybe it's only because it hasn't really come up. I do get the feeling that not making issues of this part of the social... What did I just say? I do get the feeling that not making issues of this part of this is a part of the social code here, as the teacher said. I wonder if the people could really relate. Probably not any better than any normal person could. I can't relate to Shizune's circumstances, or Lily's either. I will be able to soon, though. Ha 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 ha. Naturally, while I go through this in my head, Rin keeps considering what my condition could be, with an overtly contemplative look on her face. She puts her fork between her lips and leans back, looking at the ceiling as if the answer was written up there. A beam of light illuminates her face from the window side, creating a mask of dark shadow on the other side. Man, if that's not some foreshadowing to her route, I don't know what is. I don't think it's anything in your head, and something in your guts would be boringly ordinary, like this lunch of mine, and less delicious. The problem must be in your pants. Yep, that's a logical conclusion, isn't it? Okay. The messed up Sherlock Holmes kind of statement and the sheer lack of tact it was delivered with catches me completely off guard. I think I might have reeled back even physically as Rin's eyes widen in revelation and astonishment. So I was right. There's something wrong with your tackle, isn't there? Rin, you are an odd one, aren't you? Yep. Still partially in shock, but recognizing the need to reply something, I spit out the first thing that I can think of. No, nothing like that. I have a heart problem, arrhythmia. I said it. More like I blurted it out, but I said it. The girl in front of me purses her lips together and glowers at me, looking very disappointed. How boring. Trouble in the pants would have been much more What could I have? Testicular cancer? Testicular torsion? What? I don't know. Well, whatever. Not gonna think too hard on that. Yeah. Yep. Boring. How scandalous, whatever. What's with this reaction? I'm sorry to let you down. I forgive you. I collect people, and a person with you, that kind of problem would have been really great. Collect people? People with different problems. Huh, so you just go around asking people what's wrong with them? Pretty much. I see. Little left to say, Rena resumes her lunch and the conversation dies away, but I keep thinking about what was said. It's the first time I told anyone else about my condition. All the other people have either known about it already or heard about it from someone else. Or didn't even need to know about it, like every other student here so far. Should I have told it as a natural part of introductions? Is it expected of me? Hi, I'm Hisao. I have a very serious heart condition. Is that how I'm supposed to go around introducing myself from now on? As if our disabilities would define us. What a disgusting thought. Maybe this Tezuka girl just has an unnatural interest in such things. Oh, she has an unnatural interest in a lot of things, trust me, so. As I walk to the back of the room to pick up the items on Misha's list, a chance opens to study Rin from the corner of my eye. You are weird. Her hair is a burnt auburn, almost orange. That is not almost orange, and cropped short. Long hair would probably be impossible with no arms. Why? The boy's uniform and the lack of arms make her look very thin, almost scrawny. She's not particularly pretty, except for her murky green eyes, which flicker restlessly from below her short bangs, even when she eats. I don't know, I think she's cute. The distance and the shadows make it seem like they don't reflect sunlight at all, but instead absorb all of it within them like deep wells. She moves her feet almost as deftly as a normal person would use their arms. Up. Up. However, I can see how this sight could discomfort people, especially while eating. It makes me feel a bit uncomfortable, at least. I hesitate to think about the word unnatural, but it's too late now, isn't it? I keep searching the cabins and shelves, cabinets, and shelves for Misha's things, but after enough time passes, the silence grows too uncomfortable, so I try to force some conversation out of this strange girl. So, do you always eat alone at this late? Or do you... What the hell? So do you always eat alone at this late, or do you get the occasional visitor? Visitors, maybe you're my first occasional visitor, but I don't always eat alone either. That doesn't make sense. Sometimes I eat with a certain person on the roof if she's not horsing around. Best girl. Horsing. She likes to do sports. Oh. You're not a smart one, are you, Hisao? No, not really. And that's all I can think of to say. Both of us fall silent again as Rin forks the last bit of her meal into her mouth. I look down at my haul and double-check it with Misha's list. It seems I have everything except plywood. So do you think I have all the things now? So I think I have all the things now. That's very nice of you. Don't feel obliged to stay. I was just about to take a nap anyway. You need to do whatever you're going to do with that stuff anyway, right? Yeah. Or perhaps you'd like to watch girls sleeping. I'm not sure what to make of this, but Rin looks serious. That is not the face of a serious person, Hisao. Even if I did, I think I have to be going. I'll catch you around, Tezuka. You can call me Rin. Rin. I feel that our relationship at this point is good enough to warrant this much. I don't think it is. I was already turning to make my exit, but she draws me back in. Fine, then I'm Hisao. Then you are. Rin looks at me hard in the eyes, but that intimidating feeling you get when someone stares at you isn't there. It's like she's actually not looking at me at all. She blinks a couple of times, and I can't figure out why a pause like this just pops between us out of nowhere. Maybe it's because you're both really awkward and really weird. I don't know. See you later, Hisao. There's something like a tiny smile there in her face, maybe. I quietly back out of the room, and as I shut the door in front of my face, I whisper to myself, what an intriguing person. From inside, I hear a muffled sing-song voice. I heard that